What's good, family? Today at work, me and my coworkers, we got to talking about something that I don't know. It's a little interesting. It's a little bit of a lighter weight subject matter, nothing critical. But I work with three women. One is 30, one is 40, one is 47. The 30-year-old and 40-year-old are both married. You know, but they're the same age as my daughters. And the 47-year-old is not married. She got a guy in the friend zone. So we talking. And I'm joking around with them. And they got me figured for an old player back in my heyday. And I admit I had a good time. There were times when I got a little beside myself. So we shooting the shit back and forth, and I'm imparting my motherfucking knowledge on them. And I'm having fun with it. Early in the morning, we're getting ready to take the kids out to our job sites. So one of them, the 40-year-old, she a very good looking lady, you know, and her husband is this super heavyweight power lifter guy. And but she real pretty. She about the perfect size for him because he's 400 pounds. She not small, but she really carry herself well. Then there's this 30-year-old, and she kind of a plain Jane type. And then there's the 47-year-old. She a BBW. There, I said it. She a BBW. God damn it. And so we kicking it back and forth, and I told the BBW when I said, well, you kind of. She said, well, what type of my TC? I said, well, you kind of a homie lover friend type woman. She said, a homie lover friend. I don't like that. I said, cause that's what you are. You friendly. You have a good time. You got a boyfriend that you don't really fuck. I mean, that's just a homie lover friend type shit. You know that song? I think it's a R&B song from the 90s. But to me, it's kind of complimentary. But she holds herself there. You know, maybe some sort of protection, defense mechanism for her. But she hold herself with her boyfriend in the friend zone. So that's what she is. And the 40-year-old, she married, like I said, she got three beautiful kids, all grown. Well, she got a 16-year-old. And she married to a dude for 22 years. And like I said, she's very pretty. She keep herself together. She said, what kind of woman is she? I said, she is the type of woman that if you was dating her or you was with her, you could only be with her. She wouldn't let you have no other bitches. She wasn't gonna be nobody goddamn team. All of your playing had to be done. You have to be grown man time for a woman like the 40-year-old. I just call her Miss B. So Miss B, she like that. And then the young one, the 30-year-old, Miss I call her a regular round the way girl. Because that's what she is. She's kind of a plain Jane. She wears very little makeup. Yes, she's real pretty in the face. Um, she's not stupid by a long shot, but she's very plain. She come from Mississippi. You know what I mean? She don't wear heels and dress up to come to work and like Miss B does. Got a steady relationship with her man, a little one at home. Just flirtatious enough to stay out of trouble. That's a round the way girl. That's what Miss I is. So anyway, that's what we talked about today. That's three different categories of women that I have run into, in my years, from back in the day when I was out there. And for one reason or another, I could have settled down with any of them, or they wouldn't settle down with me, because at some point there was always somebody who kind of fit everything that I wanted, but there was always a reason that they couldn't get with me or stay with me. Or sometimes it was my fault. I mean, sometimes I just didn't try hard enough to keep them and didn't realize what a good thing I had found. And then I didn't really self-sabotage the relationship, but I didn't push for it like I should have. Sometimes people are dealing with depression, and you got to understand that. You can't, be all harsh and matter of fact. You got to, help them seek therapy if they need it, and get them the emotional support that they need. You know what I mean? So I had a really good girlfriend that was going through some depression, and had I handled it better, maybe I would have been still with her. Shit. But she turned out fine. She got married. She had 2 kids. She's doing well. She up in New York City. She's doing real well. So, she got what she wanted, and I'm doing okay. Doing okay down here in my married life. I'm doing okay, but I'm right where I'm supposed to be. So I ain't got no goddamn complaints. But yeah. And I had one in my life who wanted me to drop everybody else and just be with her, but she had, a whole husband at home. Yeah, I was the outside nigga. You know what I mean, for this cheating ass woman up in the Q's. But I really was crazy about it though. And I do have a lot of respect for her and everything. But I was a side nigga for close to 3 years. We fucked around until she left. Until her and her husband left town. Shit, but she didn't want me messing with nobody except her. And she had a husband. Now I can sort of understand that because she was sacrificing a lot for me. Her husband made probably 3 times the money I made. She made 4 times the money I made. I wasn't making about 30 grand a year up there during that time. And I had a decent apartment. I was all right. I was paying my bills, and I was struggling, but I was having fun. And she needed something to do on her downtime, and she started fucking with me. That's how that happened. And so I had nothing better to do, so I went with it. Turned out, about 2.5 years in, she moved to Atlanta, and we had this ongoing relationship. It was cool. And it seemed like damn near everybody on my side of town knew it anyway. Everybody in my complex knew it, because she turns out she had a brother living in my complex, and so hey, it is what it is. But I chilled with that. And then I came time to where all that stuff got old, and I got with my wife. But yeah. And who's the other one? Homie, lover, friend type. Yeah, man, I've been in people's fucking friend zone like that. And I just refuse to stay there. If you really like a woman, if you really like her, don't let her put you in there. Don't let her do that. Don't let her friend zone you. Don't even talk to her if she's trying to do that. If she's trying to make you her fucking confidant while she tell you about the other dude she really messing with, you don't want to hear that shit. And you need to tell her that. So that was my thing. If it was somebody I really liked and wanted to get with, I'd be on that old, I ain't trying to be your friend. So if you call me and I say something crazy to you, just know I mean what I say. So yeah, man, I didn't let myself get caught in the friend zone. Let myself get friend zoned by somebody who I was really interested in. If I wasn't really all that interested in him, I just, might have wanted to have a sleepover or something with him, then fuck it. But if it was somebody I really liked, I'd be like, I ain't trying to be around you all the time because I really like you. And I know you don't like me like that. And I don't want you to be, I ain't trying to be your friend either. So I'm going to keep it moving. And that's how that shit, that homie level framework shit should be handled. If you really don't want to be, made a fool of sometimes. If you really don't want to be in the friend zone with somebody who you really care about. There's many other different types of people, women, men, relationships out there that can be talked about and should be talked about and will be talked about. And different types of women out there that run through a brother's life, and there's a right way and a wrong way to deal with it. There's a whole lot of different types of scenarios out there. And all I could tell you is the mistakes I made. You know what I mean? I didn't always get it right. But inside myself, I always knew what I really needed to do. Inside myself, I always knew what I really needed to do. And when it was really time to get serious and get with somebody, and that's what the fuck I did. So here I sit, but I got all this information that might help people along, in their journey, help brothers along in their journey. You know what I mean? So with that, I'm going to close out. And I hope to be back tomorrow or the next day and talk a little bit more about relationships, mature relationships in the black community, because I think somebody from an everyday man's perspective needs to speak on that. Somebody like me from an everyday man perspective. Because a lot of motherfuckers who talk about this shit, you know what I'm saying, they are in the middle of and going through it, right? They're going through it. You'll see some relationship expert out there talking some shit, and all of a sudden they pregnant with with a baby from somebody they ain't supposed to be pregnant by, or some shit like that. Or you hear about them trying to sell you a course on relationships and they ain't even got it figured out yet. But trust and believe, I have been in a lot of them. I've seen a lot of them. I actually wrote a book back in my 30s on relationships for young men. I'm gonna go over some of that. That was interesting when I read back on that. No, I was in my 40s when I wrote that book. Rules According to TC. I'm gonna get into that with y'all. But yeah, man, those just three of the types of ladies that I work with every day. Three of the many different types of ladies that I work with every day. Here's the joke now. Here's the joke. Then I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. So there's a lady, a teacher in the classroom next door. She kind of got a real hood vibe to her. Miss D. You can tell Miss D been ran through. I'm just gonna put it out there. She got 5 kids, 4 daddies. She looked up, got a teaching gig she been at for like forever many years. Her daddy left her some money, but she probably 5 foot tall, close to 200 pounds, real wide, and that type. Bad wig, all that. Attitude. Looked like she had a decent figure at one time, though. Looked like she had a big ass, and guys used to like to hit it. So the joke was, we asked Miss I, so what type is Miss D? And they all put their head down and started laughing. Miss I said, "Oh, that's easy. That's a jump off." And that's exactly what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to say it. So Miss D next door, they call her a jump off. And you know what? From the way she look and the way she carry herself, she probably is. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with being a jump off, but if you look up jump off in the dictionary, you'll see Miss D face there with her bad wig and her cell phone in her hand. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to have a little fun with this thing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. TC, and I'm out. Peace.